This is Breaking Pressure, the voice of soccer reform, a podcast built to confront the broken U.S. youth soccer system and expose the pressures that are crushing real development. We're here to call it out. The pay-to-play platforms, the closed leagues, the politics gatekeeping talent, and erasing the voices of good coaches and local clubs. At our core, we believe in something better, one where players are developed to be brave, creative leaders. Inspired by the Kansas City Legends model and the training Legends for Life philosophy, this is where the next wave begins. Welcome to Breaking Pressure. Let's rebuild the game.
Hello and welcome back to Breaking Pressure. This is episode 8, which is an extension of our episode 7, where we're talking about bringing creativity back to the game. This is going to be a great episode with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and what a wonderful opportunity to introduce our two beautiful girls. So in the studio today, I have my lovely wife, Sarah, who gets to sit next to me today.
Yeah, I can't believe we're doing this with our children.
And we have our oldest daughter, Sophia, who is 13 and 8th grader and is playing soccer at the Kansas City Legends. And then our youngest daughter, who is Helen, who is a 4th grader and plays for our 2015 girls team in Lee Summit. So, everybody, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Can you try to sit forward and talk?
Oh, yeah, I got
you.
you.
Oh, my word. For our listeners, they've never done a podcast like this, so it's going to be an interesting show to see how they handle it.
And they've actually been begging us to do
I
this.
really want to do it. It'd be really fun, I feel like.
So they're really excited and obviously very giggly.
We just can't move.
I think I am going to, Brad, do you want to bet? Like, do you want to take a over or under here? Like, can
How
they
long
get...
this thing lasts?
Yeah, and can they get through, like, a reasonable conversation without saying bro, cooked, eat, slay, I don't
6,
know,
7.
No, I don't think we get through 5 minutes without this. So.
We can do it.
All right, well, let's
believe
circle
it.
back. All right. So back to what we were talking about, bringing creativity back to the game. And those that listened to episode 7, we talked a lot about the core of this movement, the fight to bring creativity back to the game. Because if you look at the past players in the world, or the best players in the world, men and women, they all have one thing in common, and it's creativity. They see the game differently. They dare to try the unexpected, and that's what makes them unforgettable. Our girls have grown up in a Legends club that trains the individual player, especially at early ages, to be the attacker, to go be a goal scorer and take them on. So why don't we start here, Sarah? Fee, you have been at the Legends the longest. Tell us a little bit about your experience within the club.
What's it like to play for the Legends? What's it like to be a legend?
It's really good.
That's the depth of what we get. Oh my word.
Good development. It's made me into the player I am today. It's like really helped me like with like my leadership skills and like my dribbling, shooting, everything.
So talk about it. Legends, we focus on being deceptive dribblers. What are things that we do in practices to help you become a deceptive dribbler?
We do skills. Sometimes like depending on the practice, like 5 to sometimes 20 minutes of just skills, like repetition. And then we'll do 1v1s, which is you versus another player when you're trying to beat them and score. So your entire purpose is to beat them, but also get back and defend.
Yeah, so you're spending 50% of your time attacking and 50% of your time defending, right? And so when you're doing 1v1s, are these easy rounds, hard rounds? Describe them for us.
I mean, we call them fun be funs. So
I think they are fun, but it kind of like depends, I feel like. Sometimes, like, they can be harder, like, depending on, like, the number of rounds you do. I think there's one practice I had where we did 16 rounds of 1v1s, so it's, like, the entire practice, and we got ranked based off them. I remember being, like, 5th, I think, on my team, which was really good. I was really proud of that.
So
Yeah, good for
after
you.
every round, when you say we get ranked, we have to
Oh,
record
yeah.
our scores, right? We talk
Yeah.
about how many goals we scored versus how many goals we let in. So, Helen, you have been with the Legends less time, but you have two of the best coaches, I think, in the Legends club, with both your mom and your dad coaching you. Tell us about what you think about training in the Legends system.
I think it's pretty good. Oh, same thing as Sophia. Pretty
Okay.
good.
That's pretty good. You don't have anything else to add outside of it's pretty good.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite thing to do in practices?
Scrimmage or 2v2s.
2v2s. Well, a lot of times when we scrimmage, though, talk to them about the style of scrimmage that we do.
We do open door scrimmage where so you have to be prepared to go on and off the field. If I got scored on, I'd go off the field and I'd have to stand by the doors and wait until somebody scores, and we will go on and defend that team.
So what do you think we're working on?
Transitions.
Yeah. So we do a lot with putting players in an environment where they have to not only be creative and score goals, but we have to be thoughtful of transition because this is a game that's constantly in transition. So let's bring this back a little bit.
Can I jump in? Because Helen's story is a little bit different.
Go
She was
ahead.
almost born a legend because Sophia started out with rec.
She did?
And then when Helen came along, I don't think she
3 or
had
4.
a choice. We were already coaching within Legends.
Let's tell a fun story. So one of Sophia's first rec games, we all stood in the middle of the field and we were pointing at the goal we were trying to score on. And every kid was pointing at the correct goal except for our special child who was pointing behind us at the wrong goal.
we knew in that moment she was going to be a soccer
She's
player.
going to be great.
Hey, it got me where I am today.
You've developed nicely.
Yes.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
You now know which way to go so you don't score your own goal. That's fantastic.
It's happened before. It's
Yeah.
not uncommon.
Hey, at least you scored. It was on the wrong goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just don't pay
Yeah,
attention.
and so Helen was a little bit different because when she started, we actually played her up a year because there wasn't an age group for her. So she started out playing with older girls, and during that time, she was jumped right into the boxes. She played for our 2014 team at the time because there was not a 2015 team.
And we talk about this a lot. At the time, we were coaching multiple teams, and it was just too hard to be bouncing from a rec practice, which was across town, versus our club practices. So Helen had baptism by fire, where she just got thrown into the environment and had to she's always had to kind of battle some of the older players consistently through it. And so I'm super proud of that. Sophia's always been a workhorse that is always thrown in difficult environments and does a good job of finding her own path and her way to go be successful in those environments. So let's keep talking here. One of the things that are bringing creativity back to the game was addressing some of our favorite players. So give me some ideas. Who are your favorite
I mean, you're
players?
wearing jerseys
Wait,
today.
can I go? Can I
Yes,
go
wait.
first?
I need to like turn around.
Please. Alright, so
See.
my favorite player is. Can I name like all three?
Name
or-
them all. Go for it.
Okay. Lamine Yamal, Messi, Rafinha,
Rafinha, yeah.
Lobodante. I don't know if I said Lobodante. There we go.
KC Curran, I like that.
Yeah. Sophia Smith,
Okay.
Mia Hamm,
Okay. Ooh, you got a throwback there.
Yeah, that's one of Mama's favorites.
Mbappe,
Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe.
English.
Yeah. So that's a great list. What do you like about him? Let's start with the first one, Lamine Yamal, because you and we had a fun little afternoon where we got hooked watching all the Lamine Yamal highlights. What do you love about him?
I love his creativity on the ball and his speed on the ball. It's just everyone over there is passing the ball right when they get, and he's over there dribbling down the field, ripping any skill.
He's unafraid, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's young. Last
Yeah.
year he
He's
was,
17.
16, turning 17.
Yeah,
17.
he's 17.
Yeah, and he's a left footer.
Oh yeah, I was about to
So
say
Yep.
that.
playing on
Lefty.
the right side, man, that guy can create magic with that left foot. But he's a different kind of player, right? There's a lot of great players on that Barcelona squad, but Lamine, every time that ball is on his foot, you just take a breath and wait to see the magic happen. Sophie, who are some of your favorite players?
Mostly the same list. I'm gonna add some,
Okay.
like Neymar,
Okay.
Ronaldo. Trying to think
Ronaldo
Rose
because
Lavelle.
of the way he plays or because of the way he looks?
the way he plays.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
he's cute.
His hair's.
His hair. It's all about the hair with her. Let me add Roosevelt, Carly Lloyd. Those are like.
I like
Those are
Rose
some-
Lavelle, yeah.
And I'm writing a book about Carly Lloyd.
Yeah.
I went through a phase of Julie Ertz. I think I had a book about her.
Yeah,
She's a tough-nosed player, yes.
she is a tough
She grew up with like, I think it was like 3 or 4 brothers, and like she grew up with like every sport and just like trying to beat her brothers, and it like really pushed her. I really remember that.
Yeah. Well, those are all great names. And again, when we think about the game as it stands today, a lot of what we see is very cookie cutter games where there's not a lot of creativity. And we were talking about a stat where we're seeing more and more goals, especially at the college level, the international stage, and then the professional stage. A lot of the goals are being scored off of set pieces. So corner kicks or free kicks at the top of the box or PKs, and we're watching that grow quite dramatically over the years. And as I look back at some of my favorites, it seemed like we had a lot more goals that were scored in regulation. There was a lot more freedom of creativity, and I guess we should have asked Sarah, who are some of your favorite players?
Oh yeah, thanks for asking. I think so. I grew up in the '90s era with the USA women's team, so I'd have to say Mia Hamm was probably one of my idols or heroes growing up. But Mia Hamm actually, she wasn't overly like technical with skills. She was fast.
Tenacious.
She was athletic. Yeah, she was tenacious. She was such a hard worker, and she could finish the ball. I mean, and what she did a little bit, what I remember about her play is she had these quick cuts. So she would kind of drop her shoulder, she would cut from side to side, and then she was able to finish on a dime. So she kind of reminds me of like the modern day Alex Morgan.
Yep.
Because Alex Morgan was a great finisher. I think she inspired a lot of young girls because she could just really anticipate where that ball is going to go, and she can finish it with one, 2 touches. She had speed, athleticism. So Mia Hamm, for those that don't know her, she's kind of like Alex Morgan's like a modern day Mia Hamm. But one of the players that there's probably 2 that I like that are that play currently, or maybe 3, I should say. Marta, she plays for Brazil. She is absolutely dynamic on that ball. I mean, she is incredibly skillful. You watch just any highlight clips or whatever, she's going to work harder than anybody else out there. That's what I love about her. Technically skillful. I think she has been referred to as like Pele in a skirt, which I thought was really fun.
I really like that.
Yeah, I thought that was really fun. And so she grew up playing, in the streets of Brazil. I think the rumor out there is that she played barefoot in the streets of Brazil
Against boys, yeah.
against boys. Rose Lavelle is one of my favorites. Rose Lavelle plays, she's not like dirty and scrappy, like that hard working that like Marta brings, but Rose is like finesse.
Maybe one of the most brilliant dribblers
She
on the ball.
can dribble. She can be so creative in tight spaces. If you don't think Maradona's work on the professional stage, watch Rose Lavelle. She will break down 2 or 3 players with a Maradona, in any given moment. I think she can do that. So I really am inspired by Rose Lavelle. And then there's another one in Barcelona. Her name is Aitana Bonmati, I think is her name, and she's a young player that plays for Barcelona. She actually has a little bit of a history where she grew up kind of falling in love with the game while she was playing on the playground at school. And she ended up playing for boys teams. So she played for a club that had, I think, some 400 boys, and she was the only girl playing. So you have to kind of watch her a little bit, because I think she's going to come into her own. I think she's already making a name for herself, but I think she's a fun player.
Well, you grew up with all brothers, so you have a special place in your heart for those that
I value
figure out how to
playing
go
boys.
battle that out against the boys.
Yeah.
Well, let me share some of my favorites, because when I grew up, you couldn't watch the La Liga games or the Europa Leagues, Champions League, Premier Leagues. There wasn't a lot of televised games here in the U.S., so a lot of what you had to do was look it up in the papers, or once the internet finally came, we were able to go get scores. But it was really hard to kind of follow teams and leagues here in the States. So I always kind of gravitated to players, and it's funny because one of my favorite players of all time is a guy by the name of Luis Figo. Figo was maybe one of the most dynamic players on the ball, and he played for Barcelona in the early days. So Barcelona in the early days had a special place in my heart. But then all of a sudden there's a great special on this if you watch it on, I think it's on Prime, where Real Madrid came in and actually picked up Figo out of the Barcelona squad, and man, was that a dramatic move. But then all of a sudden I got to watch him play over at Real Madrid, and that's like the big rivals of Real Madrid against Barcelona, and most people couldn't understand why I could cheer for both clubs. Well, it's because they had brilliant players, and I love watching brilliant players. So Figo was one of my favorite. And when Figo went over to Real Madrid, he joined the likes of Roberto Carlos. He joined the likes of Zinedine Zidane. The lineup that was there was so special. It was one of my favorite things about European football at the moment, because those guys were ridiculous and just made the game exciting. It was a different brand of soccer. And when you look across all of those players that were on that Real Madrid squad, or when you look at the big good teams at Barcelona, what do you think all those top players have in common?
Or are you asking?
I'm asking.
Oh, that's a good question. I was going to ask the same one. That's a good question.
Creativity on the ball.
Creativity on the ball. Dynamic, good. What else?
Hardworking.
So
Good finishing.
How do you think they developed that creativity? What do you think their background looked like?
Working.
What do you think
Where
their
do you think they
environment
came
looked
from?
like?
Yeah, where did they come from, do you think? Do you think they had boxes? Like, did they play in boxes like we did? What do our boxes in
That's what I was about to say. I think the
I
same
think
thing.
streets.
You think in the streets?
In the streets.
Why do you think in the streets? What do you think when you get to play freely on the playground and in the streets where mommy and daddy aren't watching? What's it like?
You get to do whatever you want. Like, there's no set rules. There's no
boundaries
coaches, like-
telling you what to do.
exactly. You could just feel free to be creative and do whatever you want. Have fun with it.
And why do you think that's so important?
Because it makes you fall in love with the game.
Yeah, and you need to enjoy the game.
Yeah, that's really good.
So let me share this. The environments that these greats grew up in mattered. Messi honed his skills on the streets of small-sided games in Rosario. Marta grew up playing barefoot against boys in Brazil. Mbappe learned in the Paris suburbs with freedom and street ball flair. These players weren't molded by rigid systems. They were unleashed by creative ones. When you think about these players that you guys idolize, you look up to, right? What do you think you do in your trainings that are going to help you be like them?
Just work hard.
Work hard. What else?
Being calm and creative on the ball.
Being calm and creative on the
Being
ball.
a leader on the ball.
And
Having
courageous.
a playful attitude, a take them on at all costs mentality, right?
Yeah.
These are the things that we try to instill in our practices and try to pull out of players. Because what do you think makes you different as a player versus most that you play against?
Oh, crap. My height.
Well, okay, so she said her height. So yeah, our girls obviously they're not beast here. They're very petite in frame. But so it's Marta. Marta is 5'4".
Yep.
How
How tall's Messi?
He's like 5'8", I think.
5'8". He's like my
Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
Who else?
you're
Anita, she's 5'4". You know, Lola
Levante,
Bonta.
she's like 5'2", I think.
I
5'4",
think
maybe.
let's give her a little bit more credit because she wears high heels on off days. Maybe she's about 5, maybe 5'4".
Well, and Lo was
Yeah.
one of the first players for the KC Current that got us excited about the Current.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why did we fall in love with her?
because we met her.
Yeah.
I remember the first time we met her and like we got a picture with her and we just got to like, talk to her for a little bit. It's after a game.
Yeah,
about how
and
she
she
plays?
gave me upsies.
Yeah.
I love the way she plays. She's such a hard worker. Just like always in the middle, so dynamic. Like always getting the ball, always like
Yeah, her work ethic.
She's the
crazy.
one who, she's
makes-
the one
she's a
who makes
playmaker.
the
Yep.
KC Current fun at first.
Yeah.
To exciting to watch.
I
Because
think so, too.
her movement on the ball.
Her movement on the ball, off the
Off the
ball,
ball.
all of it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like what I define her as is one of those center mids that controls the game. She is so energetic in her style of play that she can help facilitate all kinds of creative things in all phases of the game, including hard work to play on the dirty side of the ball on the defensive side, ability to connect through the middle, and uncanny ability to be creative in the attacking third. That's what's made her, to me, so successful.
And she has great celebrations. I mean, it's kind of all about the celebrations at this point, right?
No,
How
it's
you do
not.
celebrate.
You told me to do like,
Show me your celebration, Helen.
Mom told me to do this, but I was thinking of doing.
Oh wait, well this
Oh,
is
wait,
like
didn't I show
this
you?
is
Yeah.
a representation because Helen's known as the silent assassin. So
No,
she's
no, no. Can I tell the story?
oh yeah.
Tell the
Okay.
story.
I feel like I need to talk. I was sitting there in silence.
Okay.
So
Go
You have
tell
the
it.
mic.
at Hugh
First, it's on
Williams
you.
camp. At Hugh Williams camp, Coach Birdman,
Talking to the mic there.
I never had him at my coach at Hugh Williams camp, but one day he just showed up walking by, and at the end of the day, randomly, he just told my mom that I was like a silent assassin.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really encouraging and like kind of was hyping you up to go out and be courageous and try some of the challenges because he saw something in you and that's why he called you the silent assassin.
I
Yeah,
saw
no.
him 2 weeks ago, by the way, and I told him that we still talk about him all the time, and he remembers the silent assassin, and he remembers and asks about you all the time. There are some really wonderful people in this game, and coaches, and Birdman has definitely had an impact on our girls, and we just love the Hugh Williams soccer camps each summer. Why do you think you love those so much?
because they create like a fun environment, fun competitions. Like you get like your own country, and you have to try to earn points, and whoever earns the most points like wins overall, which is really fun. And like it's like an all day thing. So we wake up at like 8, go there at 8:30, and then you stay until like 4:30. And they make it so fun. Like you have a bunch of talent shows, you have lunch, you just get to hang out with your friends. It's like a really fun environment. You learn a lot, and you get to have fun at the same time.
Yeah,
Hugh's a good hype guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets everybody pumped up and going.
Yeah, but you can't understand anything he says with that Welsh accent. It's
He tried
No.
to teach us one time, like it was at a talent show. He tried to like teach us how to say like the longest
Oh, yeah.
like capital thing in
town.
the yes. It's like
Do you want me to sing it with you? I had to ride on a bus for 4 hours with Hugh Williams in Wales, driving to Non Boothwingus, Bulgarithoth, and Non Sicilia. Go go go. That was
that's
the
my
name
favorite.
of the
Go,
town.
go, go.
Yeah, was that
Wait,
the right
yeah.
one? Oh
So
my
you say it
gosh.
again. Say it again.
I have an umbrella that has the name of it that goes all the way around it. That was the excitement of Wales that
Oh my
Hugh
gosh.
was exposing us to the culture. But
If you are local, I will say I'm going to give a plug. If you're local and your kids are into soccer, if you're
In
listening
Kansas
to,
City
yeah,
area.
in the Kansas City area, and your kids obviously, if you're listening to the podcast, you're into soccer in some framework. So go out and check out Hugh Williams Camp. It is Brad.
Also Notre
Brad-
Dame camp.
Yeah,
That's
I
also
love
fun.
Brad. Brad's
If you're old
grown
enough.
up. Brad has grown up with Hugh Williams in the camp, and so it's really fun that the next generation of girls or his girls are going through this camp, and so that has been really awesome to be a part of.
Yeah, I will tell you that growing up, going to that camp, we had a tremendous amount of fun. And when our girls became of age to go out there and play and attend the camp, I sent Hugh a message and I said, just make sure they don't come back playing like Welsh players. I said, that's not going to be good for me. So.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say, because I'm going to go back, because all these players stood out for us, right? So we're looking at them, and this is what I love about the Legends, because we try to stimulate the environment of small-sided fields like street soccer, like bringing back that creativity. And so all these players that inspire us, they inspire us for a reason, right? Mm-hmm. And most of the time, it's because we want to be like them. We see like our hope, and I'm going to ask Helen to sit still because she's starting to bother her sister, and so this could not go well on the podcast if we have to stop and actually parent. So Helen, sit still. Right,
we're almost
done. So sit still.
Already?
But this is where these players really inspire us. They give us hope. They empower us. They encourage us, because we watch what they can do on the field, and every little kid, or even the adult kid in us, says, "Oh my gosh, I can go and do that. I want to do that." If they can do it, I can do it. I can be just like them. And watching these players helps build so much of our self-esteem, right? Showing us that what's the possibilities that are out there. And these are players, I think, for me, that play with a tremendous amount of guts. They're fearless.
Grit.
They're gritty. They are selfless. They sacrifice a tremendous amount. I think they're strong, and man, they are wildly brave, right? These are character traits of people that we look up to that says, oh, I want to be like them.
So I will leave everyone with this challenge, and that is, ask your child, who is your favorite player? And then I challenge you to then explore the environment that your child is playing in, and help think about, are you really giving your child the best environment for them to play like their favorite heroes? And that is where I think there's a disconnect. In this game, there's fantastic players, but they're so few and far between. We have the tendency, especially in U.S. soccer, to coach the creativity out of them instead of making it center stage and inspiring. So this has been a riveting podcast episode with my favorite people in this world. So you guys, you have the final word. What's your last message? And I'll give you a second to think about it, that you want to leave with everybody listening to it. You have the entire world that could be listening.
Can I jump on that for just the entire world?
Yeah.
I think this is what these players do, as well as they bring community and the world together. There is an example where we went out to eat, and Helen was wearing that exact same jersey, and some adult man came up and gave her a high five and was like, I haven't seen somebody wearing that jersey. And so even players like that bring so many people together. It is the world's game. It is it's a game of love and creativity. And so when you see all these kids wearing the players that they admire, I think it brings people together. And I think our family, for sure, it has brought such a deep connection and a deep love for the sport, where we are honored to get to watch you guys play. Our time is over, and so it's been fun to see you guys develop and become who you are.
And by the way, they wear my jersey all the time because I think I'm their favorite player.
Wait.
No, the one that's in the
Crickets.
basement.
Yes, I remember we were looking through it together. I remember that.
Yeah,
They're
so we
playing
connect to
out.
these players
You're
because of their
jealous.
greatness. And yeah, your dad's kind of great.
All right, leave some inspiration for everybody. Helen, what's your final word to the world?
When you said that, I was just going to say peace out, but I'm going to make this a little bit more meaningful. So, Sophia, go first.
Okay, Sophia,
Play soccer.
play soccer, have fun.
Yeah, enjoy the
creative.
game.
Love the game.
Yeah, and don't be too hard on yourself. That's a really good one.
We'll do a deeper dive on
Yeah.
that one, especially with you. Yeah, that's
Oh.
going to be a great way to dive into.
Great.
I'm invited.
What?
You can't sit still.
She said, "Am I invited?"
Are you invited to that episode?
No, she can't
I
sit
don't know.
still
We'll see if you can finish this one.
without saying peace out, bro.
So
Crap.
said it again. He just said crap.
All right, final words.
Kind of go and piggyback off of Sophia's. Love the game. Be the game. See the game. Smell the game. Look at
Be
the
one
game.
with the game. Be the game.
Be the baloney.
Maybe to smell the game. Like she often does when we come home from being at Fields all day. She's like, "You smell like soccer."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like
If
is that a
your
good
shoes
thing?
start to stink,
I
you're
don't
all
know. There's
sweaty.
an interesting smell to it.
There's an interesting smell of sweat.
Well, to our entire listeners, thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the craziness that is the Casper household. And
Yeah.
until next time, as always, we appreciate your time that you've given us, and we'll look forward to further conversation. Sarah, Ellen, Sophia, peace out.
Oh, I was just asking.